Hi guys, it's Sebastian here again. Today I wanted to show you guys a breadboard power supply that I bought off, I think it was Banggood, and it's really good, useful piece of equipment, especially for prototyping, and I just want to show you guys and take you through the features and just give you an idea of what it's all about. So this breadboard power supply, it's selectable 3 volts or 5 volts. It has both regulators on board, so you can actually switch it out with a jumper depending on how many voltages you need. It's got a DC jack, the 2.1 millimeter DC jack. That's pretty much standard. It's got the switch on and off, a latching switch. It's got the LED power indicator, and it's got additional breakouts there if you need to power 3 volts or 5 volts somewhere else. So let me show you how this works. So I've got my breadboard here with the little Arduino Pro Mini installed, and this breadboard power supply is so easy to use. I'm just going to show you. It just fits right in there. Those pins go in there, and these pins go in there, and it just fits straight in perfectly. So they really got that right with the design. Yeah, let me switch it on and show you how it works and what voltage it actually outputs. Alright, let's plug in my DC power supply. I've got a 9 volt DC power supply connected to the wall. I'm just going to plug it in here, and then I'm going to connect my jumper cables to the Arduino. I'm going to go DC 5, so I'm going to connect this to the negative power supply on the ground, and I'm going to connect this to the positive connector, and that'll be VCC. And then all I need to do is switch it on. I obviously did not switch on my DC power supply, so let me just quickly do that. Okay, now it's switched on, so I'm going to switch it on, and bang, now it's on. The reason why it's not actually powering on, because this board came with 2 jumpers. I actually just disconnected. I took away the one jumper, and the jumper, there's a jumper connector on that side that lets you select either 5 volts or 3 volts, and on the other rail it also has the same jumpers that let you select 3 volts or 5 volts. So because it's connected to this side, I'm going to plug in the jumper to the 5 volt. And there you go. There you can see the power is on the Arduino, so it's running. Now let's have a look at how many volts it actually outputs and how good the quality of the board is. I mean, needless to say, you can see it's pretty simple. It's got some capacitors there and some power regulators. It's the 3 volt and the 5 volt power regulator. And a capacitor here for obviously smoothing the input a little bit, but otherwise it's really basic. And if your power supply is of good quality, then you won't have any problems with a stable power supply. So let's have a look at how much voltage we get from this little board. So it claims 5 volts, and let's see what it does. And there, it's 4.96. So that's pretty good. That's actually within range, within spec, and that should work just fine. And then if we want to have a look at the 3-volt power supply, just disconnect my Arduino, put these jumper cables away, and I'm going to switch it to 3 volts, and I'm going to have a look at how much we get out here, and we get 3.31. That's perfect. That is actually very good. Let's have a look there again. 3.31. Very stable, very solid. Perfect. So if you have the Pro Mini 5 volt or Pro Mini 3.3 volts, then this breadboard power supply is excellent to power your experiments. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I bought 10 of these, so it's really, and at the price it was a steal. It was something like 36 US cents each. I was like, okay, I'm going to get 10 of these because I'm a bit overboard like that. But yeah, so I'm going to switch this off. The only other weird thing about this board, here's only one weird thing, is that it's got a female power jack here. Sorry, it's not a female. Yes, it is a female. It's a female USB port, and that's really strange, because you'd be able to think, okay, maybe you'd want to power this with the USB cable, but then you'd need a male to male USB cable if you had like a cell phone charger or a 5 volt USB power source that you'd want to power this with. It's just strange to have a female connector on here. You'd expect there to be like the micro USB jack on this board, but instead they had version A of the USB, which hardly anyone has such cables. You'd have to order them separately, so it's really strange. But the DC jack works just fine, and yeah, it fits really well in the power supply. I mean, on the breadboard. It's pretty stable. It's got 4 pins per rail, so it sits on the board really nicely. Yeah, so it's actually a really good product, and I would recommend it. So thumbs up for this one. Good job, guys. You can check out the product in the link in the description. Support these guys, they make good stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.